Hello everyone, Firestorm here. I am joined by my eyes. How are you today?
Doing good. How about you?
Doing very good. I just finished my day at work. Came on to the Discord. Mr. Raven, my little, being his pimp, wanted to play some matches as he's on strike with work and wants to uh, play a lot of Tempest for the next 10 hours. Could you believe that? Um, so we have found him a match in Overwatch V2, who is in the bottom left, playing as the Dynasty, and RavenHelm sitting up as the Blue Dynasty, and top right on the map logging. How do you reckon this one's going to go?
Um, I mean, it seems like Raven's been practicing a lot more, specifically in the mirror. So I think he's going to be probably favored here, like we were discussing before. Um,
Yeah, I got to agree.
I think it's the Havoc Wars. Havoc Wars for probably the first like 7, 8 minutes.
Yeah. I asked him, he's been playing Ivan. I think they had like 5 or 6 matches, and it was 50-50 every game. Um, I think actually Raven may have been one extra game up in the end, but all games was lots of respect in a Dynasty mirror, so I think Raven's coming in a little bit more din on din frame of mind. But you never know. Overwatch might have some secrets that will pop out. I haven't been able to see Overwatch play all that much, so I haven't got a lot of information on how good he will go. But looking forward to it.
Yeah, he's definitely not someone you want to, sleep on and
You don't
just
want to
not think
underestimate
much.
him. Yeah, don't
Yeah,
underestimate him.
made that mistake in the 2v2 tournament when we were focusing on root and he carried those games, so some of them. So he definitely he knows what to do.
Yeah, I've did ask the guys to chuck in an Alps in. I think a Din Mirror on Alps is just brilliant fun to watch. So hopefully one of them will pick that before the series ends.
Very nice. Well, we'll see.
Looks like Overwatch is going back to the traditional MCV move up the middle to far further to the edge of the map, and Raven has gone more of the middle, which a lot more players are doing these days. Doesn't look like there was any
Yeah,
TPC harass. They all look like they're going to capture it without any snipes. And we do have a mercenary camp for Overwatch being capstone with, and Raven has got an engineer on the way to do his as well, but Grenadier's already heading out towards RavenHelm's bottom TPC. So that one may get contested a little bit early. Nice to see the logistics plan on by both players. No plans getting missed in translation. That pillage is going to help
yeah,
against those grenadiers. He may not reveal them. No, he's going to reveal them. But that pillage is going to make light work of those actually, and probably end up saving his TPC.
yeah. Honestly, I was surprised by how quick Overwatch went for that the Merc camp. So I don't know. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe it won't. Um, okay, he's got the pillager coming up top with some infantry. So looks like he's going to be contesting both these TPCs early.
Yeah, definitely. He's still chasing around that grenadier on 5 HP as well. He's going back to the bunker. He'll probably clear it out with double pillager, but that grenadier might still sneak in and play a part later. But it has taken out the northern top TPC as well. So I'm just going to put it onto Overwatch and mute some Discord sounds. I forgot to do that the other night.
Okay, the machine shop up at the Merc camp. That's interesting. Everything else looks fairly even at the moment. Except, okay, so Overwatch going for the radar while Raven is going for the bureau. And he's got the operatives. Okay. So we're going to have tech versus infantry.
Tech versus infantry. Okay. In a din mirror, that can go both ways, depending if that tech infantry can get in there and get a bit of damage done before the Volts and MLRs come out to have a bit more of a play and say. Both on 9 rigs,
Yeah.
so no one's slacking on the rigs.
Yeah, the thing is, it's usually on a shorter map, you won't have the time for the tech. At least in my experience, when you kind of required to go bureau, but on this kind of map, tech might be a better option.
Those 3 Havocs and Grenadiers taking out a power plant and a matchstick sort of did force the a flame turret down just to be safe as well, getting the TPC along that way as well. And Raven is coming down to take out the mercenary camp as well. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything that's going to stop that happening. Unless he wants to try and get another building down to keep the expansion in play for later on. However, Raven is pressuring his middle
Nice
Tempest field
operative.
as well. Yeah, it took a long time for us to see that operative actually being used, ability getting used on the Air Force.
Problem is now it's 13-6 rigs.
Oh, it jumps up just like that. Yep. The
Yep.
economy of
So
Raven is definitely going to play a big part, especially with that teching behind as well. When that comes up. Probably time to move a couple of the rigs from their main starting bases to brighter pastures.
and this is kind of the reason I like that center field over the corner expansion here. Just if his construction yard and like all of his production were right there, right on top of that, it might have been harder to take all 4 of those rigs.
Yeah, that timing taking out those rigs just as that the Bastion and everything was upgrading did work out well. Hang on, I don't see Bastion for um, Overwatch yet either. Sticking with the boar tanks and pillagers and rockets. Sort of finding a pretty good angle coming in behind the forces. Having that salvage aura healing as well. I think the Havoc's up. Wreaking havoc.
Yeah, this is looking pretty overwhelming for Overwatch.
Yeah, I think that those rigs going down and then trying to re-catch back up is definitely putting him on the back foot. There's matchsticks focusing down salvage van. The rockets are playing part. The operatives are stunning.
Still very good control of the matchsticks, though.
Yeah, matchsticks are the last roll of the dice if he's able to clear it out, but the dragonflies are going to pepper them down as well. More rigs going down to 3 rigs. Yeah, I think that would be a tap out. You see the
Yep.
economy just in the game, 155 to 107. Once those rigs started going down, the aggressor fighting in the opponent's side paid off. 1 up for Raven.
Yeah, that's just a showcase of Raven's macro. He's really tough to catch.
Yep, he only needs an inch to get in front of mile.
Yep, that's usually how those din mirrors go.
Okay, we'll be right back with game number 2 very soon. Okay, game number 2. Looks like we're heading in the map Alps. So that's going to be a good, nice one to see. They've got their slots correct, so that's a good bonus. I've accidentally loaded many games where we're in either like the east side or the west side without being diagonal. So we have in the bottom right, Overwatch. In the red, Dynasty. And the blue RavenHelm in the top left, also playing as Dynasty. I'm going to say it's going to be a Dynasty series the whole time. I don't think anyone's going to swap. Good luck and have fun on this one. We're expecting to probably see the mercenary camp get probably capped fairly early for early expansions from both players. What do you reckon?
Yeah, on this map it looks like it's pretty much required. At least what I've seen at the top level is just you kind of need both the production for the grenadiers, and just it's nice to have the expansion.
Identical
I
at the
haven't.
moment. Both engineers looking like they're heading. Well, they might go to the Merc camps or they might take their what I call the natural TPC. We'll see which one
Yeah,
swings around, if any, but I'm going to guess that they're going to go mercenary camps, so there's no snipes on it.
I just haven't
I know.
seen people not take those as din at least.
Both using their very first engineer to take their natural to get that bit of power boost to get their plans on, and an escort going with their engineer to the mercenary. Okay, not bad. Both just being protective. No one is actually going over to do the harass. One Din Guard coming out from Raven, probably just to go confirm that that is what Overwatch is going to do.
Yep. Looks like we got Merc camps.
And I'm going to say there's going to be a pretty automatically a War Factory pop from Raven. As soon as that one was capped, it was ready to go down. The field just near the mercenary camp starts off a lot richer. The one in your base that you can expand to starts off with nothing on it. If you have a quick look on my screen, anyone watching, you can sort of see that the field hasn't really got a lot in it yet. So getting a rig or two over there too quickly, it gets eaten up a lot faster. So Raven's got a preemptive power plant to come back to that. But generally, you can just travel one over from the machine shop as well. So I would expect the radars to also be capped for both players as well when they're ready for their next expansion. We've got logistics plan on for both players. No doctrines. RavenHelm's up by 1 rig, but I'm guessing one's about to pop. for, yep, Overwatch as we said that. Same population.
Yep, pretty standard at the moment. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Do have like a barracks going down for Overwatch in the production area in the mercenary camp as well. Finding the time to get one of those in. I probably would have liked to have seen the power plant be able to reach all three of those production buildings for some power overcharge in placement, but he may have been a little bit tight with his first placement to make that gap.
Okay, we got a technician coming over, looks like to capture Overwatch's TPC. Top right side.
Yeah, got a good escort, got the Havocs. Looks like there's going to be a little bit of a fight back with, it looks like 4 or 5 Grenadiers and his own Havoc, so it could be a little bit of contestation here. It's going to have to wait for those Grenadiers to catch up. It's going to be a bit of a race if he's able to knock the Engineer out in time. Killing the TPC will make it an instant pop capture. Just for a little bit of bonus information there, rather than having to do the long Engineer capture across one that's already built, you can instantly go in and take it off a destroyed one.
Okay, and yeah, Overwatch, I think, going to come and destroy this TPC, maybe take it back.
And we've got a line officer and a sniper for Raven, and 2 operatives being a sort of the Dynasty sniper equivalent as well. Out, so we'll see if they get their third one out. So we've got 3 operatives for Overwatch. Little battle happening up in the middle section. It looks like the infantry from Overwatch is a lot more ready to fight this. It's going to push Raven back and wait for his infantry to catch up as well. But he has got that line officer advantage to pop another Inspire. That field infirmary is going to be very helpful for prolonging, but does focus fire that down really quick. No healing for you.
Wow, that Grenadier did work. Wow.
Sort of split start to come in from Overwatch as well. Got his infantry a lot more spread after it did cop a couple of AoE explosives from the Havocs. Also of note, Overwatch no doctrines. Hopefully that is not an oversight and more just a planned for later.
Yeah, the thing is, I like this push. I think, I mean, we got 14 rigs from Raven at this point, so he's got to do some pretty serious damage. And this is kind of what really hurts on Alps is your infantry has to go such a long distance that their effectiveness is just going to wear off before they get there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It does have a secondary army forming while these get out of dodge. Populations even back up, 80 population each. A little bit of that's going to go into the rigs for Raven, but he's also 4 doctrines up. So Overwatch may have forgot his doctrines, which is going to play a big health and veterancy upgrades for his infantry units in head-on battles. Looks like another plan just came up as another MCV. Yes, we have. We've got 3 MCVs for Overwatch. I'd be surprised if Raven's not too far off doing the same. Although I don't see Bastion on his primary one, so he may be just sticking more to the tier 1.
Big attack at the bottom middle.
Oh yeah,
Looks like
the rig got it's
Yep.
how many Havocs did it squash?
Only like 2.
2, so not quite a perfect trade of affordability, but still able to pick off another rig and a War Factory cell having to come out as well. Is going to be an expansion denial, so that's going to leave Raven in pretty good stead. But we have a little counter attack. He's going to maybe find these 3 rigs, and they hasn't got the explosive damage on the Havocs yet of his Doctrines. Otherwise, they would have been doing a bit more damage to all of them. Not going to do much damage to the infantry either. I think it's the Doctrines that are really hurting Overwatch right now.
Wow. And Igniter's taking out those Havocs.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that Doctrine missing just doesn't do enough damage to spread it to others.
Okay, so Raven is working on Bastion now. Overwatch has Bastion and has air.
Yeah, no T3 coming out of the factories yet. Overwatch is actually feeling a little bit broke at the moment. RavenHelm's population's up to 160 as well.
Yeah, that's a huge army from Raven.
Yeah, he's trading very efficient.
I don't understand. So like 8 to 11, 8 rigs to 11, and yet the income is doubled.
Yeah, he did lose 2 in that bottom engagement, one going down the ramp and then another pick off. But yeah.
I guess Raven just has his spread very well. He just knows how to do that to get more income.
He's got his 3 MCVs, so we should see all plans active as well.
Yeah. The thing is, unless Raven just throws his army into a meat grinder, there's really not much Overwatch can do here, unfortunately.
No, I think Overwatch has come in on a very well-trained week of Dynasty for Raven. In his previous matches coming in, playing a lot of GDF in this current patch, and has now gone back to his favoured faction. He can really see that there is just so much more things going right in amongst his battles. Not bad crushes there from the Boars, taking out a fair bit of infantry over on the expansion into mercenary camp. The Vans aren't quite getting any healing onto the Boar tanks. I'm going to probably think Raven's going to transition into T3 now. Yeah, we got his shops in main base are all popping up with the turret on top, and the Voltic tanks and balls are starting to come out. Still on double the rigs at least. We got 13 to 6, so every unit loss for Overwatch is going to just be so painful to get back.
Oh man, and big hit on the main base. Raven going for everything. Those Havocs.
Great split attack.
Radar. Yep. I think that radar had jammer upgrade, so yeah, it's a big setback.
Yep, and you got the backup transition into the T3. Balls and Volks coming out. You got rig control, you got doctrine control, although we have seen doctrines now pop out from Overwatch down the left side towards the money doctrine, which is would have been done if started earlier to have a little bit more income coming through. And Raven's gone down full middle, which is going to make his vehicles HP very strong and like more HP. His balls are sitting on 2,750 HP each. The Volts are still got 900. I think they take a way lot less Tempest overcharge damage going down that middle tree as well. Alp's having a lot of resources around, especially when you're in control. I mean, Raven hasn't even gone to his radar expansion and saturated the fields there yet. He's taken middle.
Yeah, and he's got a full pop army right now.
Yeah, he's going to look for a fight because why not? He's going to hunt some rigs with his strike forced Havocs.
Yeah, I mean, and to Overwatch's credit, I mean, he's been holding this back pretty much the best possible way you could if you're this far down on population. But I just think this is going to be overwhelming.
Yeah, the mine's not doing too much damage to the balls with their extra HP from the Doctrines. He's covered himself with the Dragonflies for any levelers or matchsticks coming out to be safe. He's got his composition down pat on this one.
I mean, those operatives are shredding those balls.
Yeah, they are not very fun to play the balls in amongst buildings and things. They just get stuck.
Yeah.
Looks like he will get a hold, but he is sitting in the own 4 rigs to replen for the next wave coming through.
Yeah, I mean, on some maps, you'd run out of Tempest, and maybe, like that would come into play, but on Alps, he could just, 16 rigs, go to the next field, another wave, go to the next field, another wave. So it kind of just feels that way.
Yeah, Raven
at
also
this
popping
point.
up a super weapon just to rub some salt in.
I am surprised at that operative. That did tons of damage to those balls.
I think that operative is fully ranked as well. I think it gives it a little bit more HP and damage and self-healing. Yeah, I'm probably going to see another 3 bolting turrets go down here. Yeah, GG.
Yep.
He was a little bit behind there for quite a while. Good on him for definitely seeing if he could find a way to trade and catch back up. 2 games gone to Raven. We'll bring you game 3 very soon. Okay, coming into game number 3. The map pick is Cracking. We were just talking a little bit of predictions. I thought Overwatch might try a bit more of a sneaky early rush, but Raven also very strong on this map as well, and his scouting ability is one of the best. We're on the bottom right with RavenHelm versus Overwatch in the red in the top right. Let's see how this one plays out.
Yeah, Cracking is, very action-packed map. Definitely a lot going to be going on here. That I've seen a lot of Din players. They'll be running havocs all over the place, sniping rigs. Just one of those maps. You can either go straight through at the middle, and I mean we'll know that pretty soon whether or not he's going to do a bureau rush, or if they're going to do some havoc wars for a bit.
Absolutely. It looks like the TPC is the first thing they're going to go and cap over the mercenary camp for a quick push down into middle. MCV move coming from Raven, so it doesn't look like he is going to go for the middle section. And getting a little bit more overcharge onto that war factory is Overwatch. Not opting to put the barracks in to slow the money flow down, trying to get those rigs out. Or Pillager if that's what he chooses, but he has got the extra rig coming out and turns off the overcharge after that. So, although Raven also has his double rig out as well and did not overcharge his barracks, so if you're putting yours together, it may not be the way. Overwatch heading down to grab his mercenary camp. Had a scout come down just to be sure nothing was there waiting for it. And I'm going to go with the expansion from Overwatch into the middle.
Yep.
Yep, a silo or a flame tower is what fits from the radius. You can't do a power plant, there's no gap for it to fit. So you're needing to use one of the smaller buildings or a flame tower or a rocket tower to get that extra build radius for your next building, which you should definitely do a power plant after that, because if you do a war factory, there's still not enough build radius coming off the silo, where power plants give a bit more, just so you know. Raven will now know that the mercenary camp has definitely been taken if he did not know already. Scouted the middle section anyway, probably doesn't need that silo, could probably get a little bit of credit back. Although he's got enough money not to stress too much. And if that silo was sort of like a flame tower, it would already be deterring the infantry coming up to have a look as well. But it does cost more to do it that way as well, so.
Yeah, but I mean, you can sell it. It's, yeah. There's an argument for both. All right, so barracks here. Okay, it looks like Overwatch kind of expecting the potential TPC harass. He's got some units up here just kind of waiting.
I think he did push a Havoc away that came up for a look.
Okay.
And likewise taking out Ravens at the same time. So for denial of his losing his own, did get Ravens in turn. So a little win out there for Overwatch.
Yep, and there's the Bureau. Okay, so Bureau for both of them. I do kind of like that Raven is, his buildings are a little bit more safe and tucked back, so he can like defend his main base and be right around there too. But I mean, there is more resources up for grabs here in the middle. So if Overwatch keeps this position and this game gets later, he'll have more of an advantage.
Yep, Raven just grabbing out his two operatives as well. Probably a prime target will be that machinist once they catch up. Yep, one machinist getting focus fired down. return back to healing. Overwatch now doing Machinist with Line Officer. Raven with 3 operatives. It's going to let that Field Infirmary go. Take the high ground to be safe for now. I did send a little strike force of Havoc's around to take out Overwatch's TPC.
Yeah, and it looks like Raven is going a little bit heavier in the eco, and Overwatch could definitely punish him if he went up middle. We got those 2 rigs.
Which he might be looking at going up the middle. Raven also got a little strike force of Havoc's going around, could pick off a weakened War Factory in the main base as well. And potentially some rigs. Overwatch just not sure if he wants to go up the middle or around the side towards main base.
Yeah, I think the flank kind of spooked him out of there, but I mean, this is just one of those things. Being a spectator, a little bit more.
Yeah, you can see where the armies are.
Yeah,
Raven
I
then
still don't
moving
think enough.
immediately straight to the middle base, seeing that the army is further away, to see what kind of damage he can get in. He's going to pop off a couple of operatives or some rocketeers, and the operative is going to slightly get away. But this
Does he have a line officer?
does have a line officer. He
Yeah.
comes in with an Inspire. Maybe put a
Oh,
Field
oh,
Infirmary. Oh, the
that's
Matchsticks.
cute.
Hello, Matchsticks.
Oh man.
Devastated his entire infantry.
If Overwatch has Call the Guard up, this could be a huge swing. Not, I think.
Can't afford it currently as well, even if it is up.
Oh,
And we've got 9 minutes. It's coming on 9 minutes and not one doctrine each.
yep. It's honestly not surprising for this map. This map could be over in like 4 or 5 minutes. So I understand why they don't really feel comfortable with it. Oh, they had it on destroy construction yards. No.
That gives the option for for Overwatch to replay that map. It seems Raven was the host. We'll see what they say in Discord. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. Since one of those settings were wrong in the match type, the 2 players have decided to replay cracking. So we get a bonus look at the game. It's fine with me. I definitely, Mr. Eyes and I were talking, I think seeing like a dam or a prominence or a big 2v2 map could be an interesting little bit of fun. Maybe like if we pick it as their first map so they can get off it if that's not their thing on another time. Okay, bottom left, RavenHelm in the blue, Overwatch in the red, both playing as Dynasty. This is game number 3. RavenHelm is up 2 games. We are replaying this cracking map due to a setting in the game.
A setting that isn't the default in ranked, but is the default in customs.
Yep. Just says Tempest Rising for me, Bullet. I'm not sure what I can change on Discord. Do do do. Yeah, we'll look after. That's all right. Okay, well, the guys are going to stick with their normal opener of sending their NG for the TPC. Raven's going to stick with moving his MCV to the middle, and we'll see if Overwatch is going to decide to play it differently or try a different build. Keep an eye out. Well, we have got a slight change. Overwatch has got an engineer going towards the radar.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Perhaps saving a little bit of jump down money from the mercenary camp and down. Not going to get those early grenadiers, but is going to have a change of position. Sort of like where Overwatch has taken the bunker on the left-hand, sort of upper left-hand side, could take the bunker in front and get some shots onto the Din Guard before it gets around. Otherwise, he can just jump into that forward bunker as well. But I see like taking the big one is got a bit more HP.
Yep, the vision is really nice.
And the vision, of course. Yes, that's probably right. And why. Overwatch actually up a rig at the moment. That could come down to the logistics plan playing a little bit more play while Raven was moving his MCV.
Yeah, honestly, it'll be a good test to see, the MCV move or the mission control, which one feels better. Okay, pushing away a little bit of harass on his TPC on Overwatches.
Yeah, they're two Havocs enough to push the Pillager and Havoc away and the infantry and deciding to come more down the middle, seeing if he can find something else to poke at. Raven will now likely have the information. Not sure, he actually didn't see a building on his field of view pop up, so may not still know there's an expansion is there or further behind that field. Machinist coming out for Overwatch. We got a bureau from Raven yet? Yes, we do. RavenHelm's just jumped up to 8 rigs over the 6 for Overwatch, so has caught back up on that regards. Or invested in the extra rigs. 9 now. Doctrine's now coming out for Raven as well. Pre 9 minutes, unlike last game.
Okay, we have a little Havoc strike force here from RavenHelm. Looks like Overwatch is expecting this now, and he's got his own little groups of infantry and vehicles to stop him.
Yeah, Raven has got his little arrest force coming up, but it will be found out.
Man, and Raven just doubling Overwatch's income at this point. But okay, there's the call of the guard. And Raven's army is definitely split up. It's scattered a little bit. So this could be dangerous.
Yeah, it looks like his army's definitely moved into different. He's got one going at the base, one going down middle field, and is now going to be at risk of losing some rigs and having to bring his army back. Overwatch with that Inspire ability as well. Pillager's getting some good work done.
Yeah, and the machinists are going to do a lot here.
Yeah, I'd like to see one of those machinists. Yeah, focus that arm. Yep, there we go. Focus those flame towers down.
And it's an underrated part about this, but I think the machinist healing aura for those pillagers kind of tanking the front line is huge.
Yeah, I'd like to see a med bay come down from Overwatch now. Keep those machinists healthy. They're only all on 1 HP now. Get his entire infantry back up to scratch. Get the Inspire popped again. And this is a great push. If he can hold that pillager off. Losing a machinist. It's going to get the bureau down as well. Yeah, I think a med bay would have even made that even more convincing. Do you have a radar? He does have the money for it as well.
I mean, Raven might clean this up, but yeah, Overwatch just swung big time here. I mean, definitely not over because of the 10 rigs to 6 difference, but I do want to see Overwatch hit from another area. Like, he went for that main base from the side here with these pillagers and havocs.
Yeah, I'm still back on the. I think that field infirmary would have almost clutched that.
Yep.
Those two machinists living in the infirmary with the line officer as well in the healing aura, right in the middle of production MCV. We do have another two MCVs out for Raven as well now with that 11 to 6 rig advantage. It's that attack was sorted to not quite end, but definitely needing to inflict a little bit more to balance the scales. Those matchsticks are just actually getting some really good work done.
Yeah, Overwatch's unit control has been great. It's just, I think, I don't know. Last time I saw him laddering, I think he was playing GDF. And you kind of get the GDF brain where you're like, that's enough harvesters. And it's not really for dead.
Yeah, Raven's spotting with that guard tower that a couple of rigs were coming down has already sent over a force to knock those guys out. Likewise, a retaliation force to try and stop that is on the way down. We'll probably consolidate right on the edge here.
Oh, those operatives are getting tons of value.
Yep, as soon as you back off for 1 meter, that rig goes down.
And Overwatch, I think, forgot doctrines as well, unfortunately. Yep, and Raven's got the money doctrine at this point, so...
Yeah, it might likely go down the air side just to really seal the deal if he needs to get some levelers or some extra air force happening. But yeah, those doctrines would be hurting, along with double the rigs as well. Finding a couple of pickoffs.
Yeah, I think there was a period of time in this game where Overwatch could have taken it.
Needs
I
to
think if
get
he
that operative
reinforced
to pop his button. Yeah, good job. Yeah, good job. Sends that away. Keeps them all alive, but still all on 1 HP as well. Yeah, still got 4 times the economy advantage coming in for Raven as well. Practically double the population as well. It's an uphill battle for
Yeah, but
Overwatch on this
I
one.
mean, yeah, it's. I mean, Raven is, you know, pretty much at the top. So, good job for Overwatch, especially out of practice. Going against Raven after he's been mirroring Ivan all day. So
Yeah, and our
just
little tournament we just had, with Root, we got to watch people's games. He was helped cast that night. I think he's didn't mind his back.
yep, big time. I think he's getting ready for next patch. Oh, Strike Force in the main base. Oh wow, wow, we got all the matchsticks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all the matchsticks and still got his Havocs alive. Bastion's going to just finish on that MCB as well, which is probably likely. Yeah, we got a few good troops coming out now and another MCV to shoo it away, but it's still another battle that has to be replenished. Volt tanks in the main force as well. We've got a forward base upgrading with Tier 3. We've got air defense, the salvage van auras as well, keeping everything healthy. Picking off some more rigs. Those dragonflies giving good range up the hill, so not being able to use that upper hill advantage coming in for the last crush to try and take out a heap of rockets, but they stopped just short of one more tread and they would have got a pack of 10 or so. Yeah, GG call, but I just, yeah, doctrines, I think that's really hurt in some of the battles. And I think just that field infirmary when he was in that main base could have just really inflicted a little bit more damage.
yep.
It
I
was
think,
still a good game.
yeah, I think Overwatch definitely. Um, I mean, lasting that long against Raven on cracking, especially, is pretty hard to do. He's
Absolutely.
very good at that too.
Oh, GG to Raven taking out the best of 5. Hope everybody enjoyed the match. If you have a watch or a gander, thank you, My Eyes, for co-casting. Always lovely to have your input and keeping an eye on around the map where I miss.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, guys. See you on the next one. Fuck you, Goldman.